Hello and welcome. This is Mouse Gunner, and we're going to be picking up where I left off in the last stream. I will also be recording this simultaneously for my YouTube channel. And what we're doing is we're playing as the Predator Racing Group, which is the worst team and the lowest racing series in the game. And our objective is to make it all the way up to the most prestigious racing series in the game, the World Racing Championship, and win it with this team. Now, this is the first season. We're very close to the end of the season. As a matter of fact, there's only 2 races left for us to be embarrassed in. Did we already do this track? We have. So we're going to probably do really badly on this track because it's a very top speed oriented track. And considering how bad our cars are, I expect we'll get pretty much destroyed. And then the last race of the season is also one that top speed's useful, not crucial, so we'll see how that goes. Now, it's predicted to be sunny during practice and cloudy during race, so more than likely won't rain, but you never know with cloudy. Whereas it appears that when we go to the Black Sea, it'll have rain. At least that's the forecast. We might get updates on that as we come up to it. But we're pretty much right up, I think, to the race day, so no time to prepare. And I believe as far as our cars and everything go, we've improved everything as much as we can. Now, I could design new parts, but let's just take a look at that. So first off, what are we worst at? So if we come back over here, the thing it looks like we have the worst performance is top speed. I think that's fair to say. And if we look at improving parts, yeah, top speed, I mean, that's probably the lowest thing, right? So let's go, say we go to design new parts. So 1718 is what we're looking at. If we were to build this new engine, granted, we'd only have it for a couple races here, but at most, I'd be able to add plus 25 to max. Well, I might be able to get up to 40 if we just focus on improving that, and that would cost me more than 1.5 million. Now, I'm curious. I think that at the end of the season, the improvement of our car next season is partly not only how much money we put into it in between the season, but also how good our car was average-wise amongst our different parts, or maybe taking the 2 best parts that we have and kind of forming it into the car overall. I'm not exactly sure, but I don't know if this is worth that investment. I think we're probably better off just saving it. And this is kind of a learning experience with this first season. So I think I'm just going to hold off on that. We'll see if I am right with those changes. I do see that we do have an indication here of the chassis makeup, which is more or less what you do when you're in the preseason. So I can see that we're not all that great here. So maybe at the end of the season we can improve this and get a better car overall. But I may be right with my thinking that we're going to have to design new parts as well. Well, in case, we'll find out. So let's go ahead and continue here and get into the race. Now, we might as well just pick the safe bet here with the sponsorship. We might get that, we might not. On the other hand, we might be in dead last for this race. And part fitting, I think we're probably fine. So let's just go ahead and, well, you might as well double check here. All right, so we're just going to try and give Santa Ana the best parts we can. And it looks like we've done that. So let's go ahead and continue here. Let's go on to the race. And we'll be doing our practice and then getting slaughtered in the actual race day. But I'm not even sure if I'm going to simulate the practice. I haven't decided. Might turn out to be a bad, a waste of time, really, if on a course that we're bound to get butchered on. As a matter of fact, I just want to see what happens if I let the AI take care of the practice session. So we're going to do the setup to the best of our ability, but I want to see what happens if we let the AI, because I've never done that. And it would be educational to do it, I think. I want to do a little bit better job balancing these two things. Let's say that looks about right for our downforce. And there we go. We have a little bit. There we go. All right, handling. Honestly, that looks about in the middle to me. Speed balance, on the other hand, is saying we need to go much more towards acceleration. So I'm going to do that. And that's probably good. So we'll see if that's what we need. And we'll go on soft tires because we're not expecting any rain. We'll confirm. And then over here, we'll go the same route. So we'll come over here. Except we need to lower downforce on this car. So let's say that's good. We need to soften up our suspension. Let's say about there. And then the speed balance, maybe a little shorter like that. All right, we'll give that a try, and then we'll go on soft tires again, confirm. And let's just hit continue here. And I'm just going to say instant result. I'm not going to actually take the practice. We'll save time. And I just want to know what the difference is. I mean, I kind of like running the practice because it gives me a lot of indicators of what the track is going to be like. But if we're going to be racing with a team that's going to be in dead last most of the time anyway, I don't know if it really matters. Okay, you know, the practice didn't go well. I'm not surprised. Okay, we have rain. Wasn't predicted, but with cloudy, you never know. Let's see how much rain we have on the track. It's going to be quite a lot. And as a matter of fact, it's one of those things where it's really tough for me to decide what to do here because intermediates will not cut it later in the race, but wets are not going to cut it for the initial part of the race. But I might even go wets, and that's what it's given me, so I guess that's the right call. Let's go with our slots here. So it looks like they've given me some bonuses here, although medium tires for whatever reason is what we get. And then over here we've got again, I'm going to go with medium tires here and race trim because I don't think any of these matter when we have such reliable parts now. This is a very early season bonus. It's a good one, but alright, so we're good there. Take a look at our overall setup here. So we've got not great setup. And let's see if we can make this better. I mean, it's kind of hard to really tell what we need to do, and I almost kind of wonder if they really did much tweaking here in the interim. As a matter of fact, we were okay on downforce, so I'm going to bring that up or lower it a little bit there. Handling, it looks like we need to go this way. And then who knows what we need to do with the top speed selection. So I'll try there with that. Again, we're probably not going to do well in this race, so I don't really care as much, but I think in the future I would rather handle this myself because it's just so hard to tell, you know, what, if anything, the AI did to change things to make it better. And I don't feel like I've got much of an indication. And then we're going to want to bring that speed balance back kind of where it was, so let's do what we can to get it there. There we go. That's better. I don't know. I mean, moving things around, I don't know if that makes it any better or not. All right. Let's go out. Driver strategy. We'll go ahead and push it initially just so we can get temperature into the tires. All right, let's go ahead and start this race. I mean, there's $75,000 on the line if we get that sponsorship bonus. All right, so we'll be in the first and second position here. Okay, let's go ahead and continue. All right, so question is, how long can we hold on to this position? Now everybody's running wet, so there's no real disadvantage. Let's go ahead and speed time up here. Dior is actually doing quite well here initially, getting a big lead. Not really sure what that's all about. Santana's holding people off. Are we going to finish in first in this race? Let's find out. Speed up again. Alright, so let's see. Rain, rain, rain. Expected to be very wet. Oh, we're starting to lose places here. More places being lost. Santana looks like she's going to be passing Dior. And we're starting to plummet here in the positions. Okay, so they're complaining that they want inters, but it's going to get wetter, so no reason to do that. Oh, did somebody pit back there? So already looking promising in that we won't be in last place. Matter of fact, this rain is probably the best thing that could have happened to us. Although we are losing places like mad now. All the way down into 11th and Dior's in 13th. Tire temps are still a little on the cool side, so I am fine with pushing a little bit here. And now we're down into 13th and 14th. Again, the cars in 18th and 19th and 20th, as a matter of fact, another car just pitted here, are well far behind. As a matter of fact, we're getting close to lapping here with the first car versus the 20th car. Okay. Tire temps are still not as warm as they could be. There's a big gap behind us and the car in 15th place, so as long as this remains the case, we have our sponsorship locked in. Okay. Tire condition is looking okay. Santana's tires are starting to get warm-ish, so I'm going to go to neutral. And we'll go neutral here too. How's the rain? Still projecting rain, although it is starting to dry off here. So by the time we switch out wets, we might want to go to a different tire. Maybe intermediates, we'll have to see. We have a lot of pitting coming in here. There's a safety car, so we've just missed the safety car opportunity. I think we need to pit with Santa Ana at this point. It's really rough that we didn't catch that earlier. It seemed like maybe I wasn't paying as much attention as I needed to. But I will get a pit here with Santa Ana's car. And when we pit, it will still be very wet. So I say we stay on the wets. And keep you fueled up. Why not? And then pitch strategy, nice balance. Pit. Okay, we'll pit. And then Dior's car, I'm not sure what to do here because we can't have them both pit at the same time. And they're so close to each other that would be affecting them. So I'm going to keep him out. And we're just going to hope for the best here. But we do have a car wrecking here. The car that was in 15th place. And I think we're not going to get the advantage of the safety car with Dior, so we're just going to have to keep him in the position he's in. And he'll just have to pit later. I mean, he might get a little bit of an advantage out of that because it will be drier by the time he pits. Matter of fact, I'm questioning Santa Ana's tire choice now, but it is what it is. Alright, so she's just pitted. We can tell Dior to pit now without any problems. I'm going to put intermediates on him, though, because by the time he pits, it probably won't be so wet. And then there we go. Nice 10-second pit there. Not that that's particularly quick. All right, Santa Ana comes out in 17th place. And the safety car will be coming out, so this pit will be not very well timed. We will lose almost all of our places. As a matter of fact, screw the pit. We don't need it. I'd rather stay out on the wets and just keep him going than lose all the positions we're going to lose by pitting. Because I think that is the correct move, because the safety car is going to come out here. We're going to have to get temperature in this tires, though. Because all this time riding behind the safety car has cooled us down. I think we have him go out there at least one more lap. And then I think switching to non-wet tires will be even better for us. Alright, here we go. He's going to lose a lot of places here anyway, just because his car sucks. But at least we're sticking with the pit strategy maybe a little bit better. Alright, so after this lap, I say we take him in. We are down into 19th with Santa Ana, which is pretty much the last place at this point. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and pit him now. At this point, maybe we can get an advantage of going on to the intermediates. And we'll fuel them up. Because it's going to dry off and those wet tires aren't going to be quite so good. Although some people just pitted and are taking inners, so we'll have to see. If everybody pits, then we didn't lose anything here. And Santa Ana actually maybe has a little bit of an advantage, staying out on the tires a little bit longer. We've seen people pitting here. Alright, so Santa Ana probably has to come in at this point. So we'll have her super attack her tires. And then what we'll do is I'll be patient here, but more than likely we're going to have her come in. I'll wait until close to the last minute, though, to make my decision. Because I'm of the opinion that changing the tires to intermediates might be a bad call, because then it's going to dry off, and then we're going to need to just come in and change again. But we'll see if that's the right call. Looks like everybody's pitting and taking inners, so I'm going to go ahead and pit. I'm going to take the intermediates, but I don't know if I necessarily like it. I do want fuel, though, if I'm going to be pitting, so we'll take it. And away we go. Alright, so Dior is now in 15th. And Santa Ana needs to back off on her tires. And I think we need to do the same over here. Because we have temperature in those tires, we don't need to push anything. Now I'm curious here to see what happens with the pitting up ahead, because it's going to get less and less wet here as we come through the close of the race here. As a matter of fact, I'm going to get back onto pushing here, because I don't think sticking on these tires longer is going to be the right call. Let's just see what the rest of the pack does as it dries off here. Alright, nobody's pitting yet. We're in 17th and 18th, which means we're not in dead last. There is somebody behind us. Alright, there is pitting happening. Let's see what happens when that guy comes out. So what I just saw there is people pitted and are taking non-wet tires here. Alright, well, I'm going to go around one more time. We'll get some places here for those people that pitted. And I'm just going to attack the crap out of these tires now. Santa Ana is going to have to stay out, though. We're going to pit with Dior. We're going to get soft tires, because no need. And then fuel, we should have plenty. So, pit. Alright. Maybe we should have pitted earlier. Maybe bad strategy on my part. But hey, we learn. This is one of those races that's really tough to call for. Alright, so Santa Ana is going to now attack the crap out of her tires, and we're going to pit her and put her on softs, and we shouldn't need fuel because, oh, did I make a mistake with my math? I made a mistake on my math. Uh-oh. Is there a way we can change that with him? I don't think there is. I screwed up. I thought we were further into the race than I misread the number. So we're going to have to pit him again, which is unfortunate. I might just have him come in for a quick pit, just so that we actually finish the race, because we're in dead last anyway. I'd rather him finish the race than not at all. So that was my mistake. I just didn't read the numbers right. So we're going to need at least a couple more laps of fuel. My bad. Oh, crap. Oh, yeah. No, that's good. Attacking with her tires. I'm getting confused with with things, but we'll be okay. So she's going to come in, do her pit. We have our other guy coming in, but we got out just in time. And we had a problem with the fueling on to top all that off, so that's great. Let's get some heat into these tires. Alright, so some mistakes there. Cost me, but we were probably going to finish in last anyway. We could always maybe take advantage of somebody running out of fuel, though, so better to play safe here, I think, than be sorry and run out of fuel, that's for sure. But I cost myself 5 seconds that I didn't need to cost myself. We're getting lapped now. Alright, 2 more laps to go. Now, the fortunate thing for us is if anything does happen where people run out of fuel, we might have enough time based off of our positioning to actually capitalize on it. I don't know, though. It depends. There is a big gap in between our position and the cars in front of us. Alright, well, I gotta get the hang of the rain and all that stuff and proper game strategy for that. I don't know if I've really achieved that yet. But losing is a good way to learn. Alright, here comes the guy in first to finish the race. So here's our opportunity, maybe. Oh, actually, no. That actually screwed us. Never mind. We had no chance of catching any of these guys, I realize now. So even if they did run out of fuel, oh well. I don't think it happened. I mean, we can check these guys out, but I don't think any of them ran out of fuel. This guy has kind of rough tires, but I think otherwise he's going to make it okay. Oh, he's conserving fuel, so maybe he was a little tight there. Alright, so some tactical mistakes there, but I think I learned my lesson there. And anyway, we were probably going to lose the race, but I think the safety car was what really kind of threw me for a loop and got me off my game. Combined with the weather. Alright, well, we're in 18-19, so we're technically not dead last because the car that crashed is in dead last. Let's see if anybody broke the rules. Looks like plenty of rule breaking here, but nothing that's going to really help us. It's far enough up that it's mostly drive-through penalties, which I think we actually saw during the race. So, all right, we didn't get our $75,000, but it's not the end of the world. Our team's going to finish dead last regardless. Okay. So not necessarily a surprising result there.